Oh, we're just gonna wait for maybe a couple of minutes for all the streamings to go live. I think, yes, we're finally live, but again, we'll wait for everyone to get notified. Awesome. I think we can get started while people will join in. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of PitchGround Live. Today, we're going to be doing a complete product tour of Brilliant Directories. And with me, I have the CEO of Brilliant, Jason. Jason, thank you so much for doing this. An absolute pleasure and honor to have you here. If you can just take a few moments for people who don't know you, and if you can introduce yourself before we get started and dive into showing people how beautiful this product is, that would be fantastic.
Awesome. Well, first of all, it's great to be here. The PitchGround community so far has been really welcoming and amazing. The Facebook group is popping. It's fun to see people getting excited about the products that are available on PitchGround. And it's nice that you guys can include Brilliant Directories as part of that family too. So thank you for that. Just a little backstory. Well, first of all, myself, I'm located in Los Angeles here, and so the Brilliant Directories team is split up all around the world. We have a large majority of the team in Costa Rica, Los Angeles, Utah, and also overseas as well. And yeah, Brilliant Directories, it's really a tried and true solution at this stage. We're not really a startup in the sense of just recently launching. Brilliant Directories has been around for 10 to 12 years, depending on where you want to start counting. But really, the backstory does go all the way to 2009. And it does start with two co-founders who were best friends, eventually living together in an apartment, banging out the code, making the product happen, and just trying to see our idea to fruition that we had. And originally it was about our own ideas, but really now it's about the community and every day that we work on the software, and the entire Brilliant Directories team. We're just dedicated to this one software. We don't really have any other projects going on. So the platform, Brilliant Directories, is our baby, and it's what we love, and we love serving the community as well.
That is absolutely brilliant. So Jason, in this busy world where everyone is trying to build the next AI tool, they're trying to build something crazy. It's been a decade. Why Brilliant Directories?
I think Brilliant Directories chose us. So our other co-founder, Matthew Brooks, who's extremely talented and my best friend as well. In our younger days, when I was living with Matthew, he was a developer. I was more a product. I turned into a product marketing role. But, Matthew has been coding since he's, 14, 15 years old. So a couple decades at this stage. And he's launched many products in his lifetime. And one thing that I think him and I learned together is that even after 10 years, you have to stick with, maybe not everyone agrees with this, but stick with one product, because a product is only going to be as successful as the water that you feed it, that you give it. And its majority is through Matthew's experience of coding and creating products and tools for sites and web design. And what we've learned together is if you stick with a product, it will flourish, it will grow, and it will stick. And Brilliant Directory has definitely become sticky for many people. And in some cases, people have thrown out the word WordPress killer for Brilliant Directories. And WordPress is also amazing in its own right. But to hear that level of love for the platform really means a lot. And that's what motivates us to keep working on the platform every day.
Awesome, brilliant. So just to get a sort of difference between someone using WordPress and Brilliant Directory, how much time does it take to set up Brilliant Directory versus someone wanting to get started on WordPress?
If we're talking about just so you can have a minimal viable product, an MVP, or a membership or business listing website, really there's many use cases actually. But with Brilliant Directories, you can probably I could set up in five minutes a site. We're talking about an MVP, and then it's all about marketing the site at that stage. WordPress, again, it just depends what's in your wheelhouse. We tried using WordPress for our original directory and membership ideas, and it was just too many plugins, too many updates. The themes rely on plugins to operate, and it was not going to be viable for us. So we just, put that all aside and built our own platform. And that's really the difference between Brilliant Directories and WordPress. WordPress is fine. There's a million plugins. Most plugins now have embed code that you can put on any third-party website. So they all work more or less with Brilliant Directories or any other platform you're using. You don't need WordPress plugins at this stage in this time anymore. So a lot of people are just fed up with updating plugins and finding and patching together plugins from different developers. And with Brilliant Directories, everything is consistent and uniform, and you can just launch. And really what we try to push people to is to just run it like a business. And if people are care about their SEO and generating revenue, that's where we want to push people into Brilliant Directories. WordPress is a lot of fussing around and updating and tinkering, and that's fine too if that's what you're interested in. But if you want to get a business up and running, membership, directory listing, industry specific, that's really where Brilliant Directories shines.
Brilliant. So before we dive in, this is the absolute last question. Where do you foresee Brilliant Directories in the next 10 years?
Well, the WordPress killer comment that we've heard here and there is a compliment, but really our focus the last year and moving forward has been, Brilliant Directories provides you with a membership database that you can cultivate. So we're really focused on integrations and helping people bridge Brilliant Directories into current business solutions that they're working with. So developing our API the last year was very important, and a lot of people are jumping on it, developers and beginners. We've made it available in Pabbly and Zapier as well. So really just helping people bridge the data, porting data inside and out of Brilliant Directories so they can use Brilliant Directories with their other business solutions online.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much, Jason. Let's dive into the product. I think a lot of people would be excited to just see how to get started with Brilliant Directories, and then we can probably start talking about more of the use cases and how people can actually start making money out of using it in probably like just setting up in less than 5 minutes.
That sounds fantastic. I mean, it's a really mature product, and there are a lot of features. I will try to start with just the basics to start, and if you have any questions, feel free to chime in and we can dig a bit deeper. At this bit stage, would you like me to share my screen?
Yes, please.
All right, just give me a moment here. Let me move this, see if I can move this lower. Yep. Okay, great. I think just a good place to start, actually, for those who are not familiar with Brilliant Directories, would just be the Brilliant Directories website, brilliantdirectories.com. For those who are interested in kind of taking it for a test drive, right on the homepage, you can try a free demo and get access to the demo site. You can play around with building your own membership or directory website and so on. Before we get into the admin area and the technical features, I can just give a quick overview of what you can do with Brilliant Directories. I'll just start on the themes page. The themes are just ideas to get you started. Again, we've seen infinite use cases for Brilliant Directories. But if you wanted to start your homepage as a business search directory, you can certainly do that. One of the first things 10 years ago Brilliant Directories was created for was to have a database of members in a specific industry. The website gathers leads of consumers or visitors, and we sell those leads to the members of the directory. So we see a lot of industry-specific directories where the businesses list, and the visitors come to the site requesting to get matched, very similar to an Angie's List, a Home Advisor, that kind of a matching website. And the website owner can generate revenue from selling leads to the members in their database. And of course, local city directories, we're actually seeing this more and more. People are getting tired of just Yelp or Googling, and they want to create local directories for their small town or city or region. And we're seeing a lot of local city directories being created. You can have more than just the business listings. You can have events, coupons for the area, job listings. This is another difference between Brilliant Directories and WordPress. Out of the box, Brilliant Directories provides you with about 14 different post types, which are unique content channels. So without any additional modification or using plugins, you can have unlimited post types, job listings, event listings, coupons, property listings, and so on. And that really, one, it's good for SEO if you care about SEO, because it's easier to add more unique content, and it's easier for you to launch your website because you can launch it with the post types that you need for your type of directory. You don't necessarily need all 14 activated on your site, but they are available for you. And also many people clone their post types. So they have events, and then they have specialized events as another post type, and they can all do that with a few clicks. So yeah, local city directories are very popular. And then we see very direct private groups for membership websites, whether it's for a school, a nonprofit, a club, or whatever. And these can be private directories. What's also nice about Brilliant Directories, it's automatically, you can turn it into a members only website. People need to register and log in to access data beyond the homepage. So this is an option for people that want to create private communities. And of course, you can have a directory of your members. In these simple examples, we see like a college association here, and over here we see like a school directory. But it really works for any type of private group or club as well. And then as we go just a little bit lower here, and this is just touching on two of the post types, you can make your entire website focused on using one of the post types. So in this example, you can create a site that's specifically focused on classified ads. And you can have like a Craigslist where, people or OfferUp, people can register a general user account and then post their products, and the visitors can exchange information and contact each other. And the same with real estate listings. You can almost create a site very similar to Zillow, where you can post a property and the visitors can contact the seller or whoever listed that property. So really powerful stuff. And this is just scratching the surface of what you get out of the box with Brilliant Directories. And you can pick your journey. We see once people get the BD bug, they'll start one website idea, and because of the ability to have so many use cases, they'll quickly want to start another idea very quickly. And so those are some of the themes you did there that you can launch, and again, you can modify them to your liking. As far as features, I'm not going to get too granular in here. Of course, member management, content publishing, as we mentioned, monetization tools. So it's very easy to connect your Stripe or PayPal. There's about 10 plus supported payment gateways. And then, of course, as I mentioned, the last year, we've had a really strong focus of integrations, and we're daily working on more and more features around the integrations. We want to really make it easy to connect to the other platforms that you're already using. I'll just scroll down this page. The ability to sync, your Shopify or Salesforce or ClickFunnels with your Brilliant Directories contacts, and vice versa, to send contacts in both directions. Of course, automating tasks, populating and publishing your site. We're going to focus on this even more in the coming months, where you can populate events or job listings or real estate listings on your site with just a few clicks, as long as you have access to a feed. So this is going to be really good for people who want sites that look seasoned and established on day one. So we're really excited about that. Right now, there's limited functionality with that, but we're really going to enhance it in the next month or so. And then just scrolling down a bit, of course, if you're a beginner, you can use integration tools such as Pabbly and Zapier, as we mentioned. And with this API, we're seeing more and more developers create their own apps. and creating custom integrations for their needs. Another thing about Brilliant Directories that I'd like to mention, you can launch very quickly, but if you are a developer, you do have access to all the front-end source code as well as your MySQL database. So if you need to really dive into the code and make it your own, you can certainly do that. 99% of people don't need to do that, but you certainly can. So those are just an overview of some of the features you can read on the Brilliant Directories website. And again, I do recommend everyone try a free demo here and take it for a spin so you can see it yourself. When you try the free demo, it will bring you to a site like this, and you'll have access to the admin area as well, so you can play around, make changes and edits. But this is a kind of a sample of what you can create. This is a demobootstrap.com. You can all go here. It's an example of our demo. And we have at the top here, you can check out some of the different themes. And of course, the themes really just change the focus of the site. All the features are exactly the same in all the themes. We just changed the focus of the home page and the main menu items. And of course, as the owner of your own website, you can modify those even further. But if we scroll down, you can have search modules on your homepage. These are all out of the box. For your homepage, you can choose from over 20 different search module combinations. Perhaps you only want a keyword search. Perhaps you only want a location search. If you want a category dropdown, you can certainly have it. And you can choose to search members, or you can switch it up and choose to, for example, just search one post type, such as jobs or coupons, which is. And if we scroll down, also on the homepage, you don't need to code any of this. Again, there's also still about 20 other widgets you can choose to simply point and click and activate on your homepage. So you can have a stream of your newest members here. We'll go into the admin area soon and show you some of these settings. You can also add custom content. So there are draggable content blocks. So if you want to kind of design your own section, you can certainly do that, just dragging and dropping and adding buttons if you need to, which match your branding as well. And again, here's an example of just streaming more content. These are categories of the site. And of course, you can stream whatever you want on the homepage. This website also includes blog posts for recipes and whatnot. And again, all these widgets that you're seeing on the site are things you can turn off or turn on yourself. You just can click to enable it. And once you wrap your head around, where to edit the sidebars and the home page and using those point and click settings, you can move a lot faster within the platform. And that's how people are spinning sites so quickly, and industry specific sites for sure, if they want to target something for SEO. And here we go. And there's me just telling you to start a 7-day free trial. Let's quickly do a search. We'll go to the top here. Let me just minimize this window. And I'll just do an open search here. And of course, Brilliant Directories first is a way to create directories. So on our demo site, we've loaded it with sample members, of course. It's kind of just dummy data to take a look here. But we can see the search results page here. And you can see the members. If you conduct a search, then you can see here's a category drop-down example. You would choose the categories of your site, certainly industry specific, and make them whatever you need them to be. And yeah, we can scroll down a bit. There's several things Brilliant Directories is very good at. Members can join the website, create their profiles, be found in the search results, and then visitors can search the directory and contact members if they want to. You can choose if visitors can contact the members as the website owner. So here we see, show phone number buttons, view listing buttons, send message buttons. And if the site is selling leads to the members, a lot of Brilliant Directories users really rely on this send message, because then the member is going to purchase that as an inquiry or a lead. Let's take a look at John Smith's sample profile here. And you did. I'm going to stop myself here. How am I doing here on the presentation? Is this the format that everyone is looking for?
think everyone is pretty much loving it so far. I think it's
Okay.
great. I'm already getting like so many use cases around real estate and around the local spas. So I want to dive into all of those use cases once you are done, and then we dive into all the questions that are coming in.
Fantastic. And really, when you start your Brilliant Directories site, the design and look and aesthetic, it's very light. You can add your branding images, you can add your image logo. It's really a blank slate for you to animate and turn on. Of course, high quality images and good branding colors. Also choosing good font families will just make it look that much more pro. So here's a basic listing of John Smith. It can be a person, it could be a company. And again, we see some basic information. The category he's in is local services, his address. And again, you can turn on and off these buttons and you can control the sidebar. In this case, this example is very heavy on contacting the member. So there's several calls to action right on this page. There's a form in the sidebar. There's a green send message button, and there's even a small plain text here to send a message to John Smith. And when members join the site, these profile pages are automatically and dynamically created, and same with the search results pages. As you add categories to your site, the search results pages of the members who fit those categories are automatically created. So everything is super dynamic. And you can spin a site very quickly, and all the pages are created for you instantly. Let's just scroll down a little bit. This design here is more like a LinkedIn listing. It provides a little bio information about John Smith. They can upload like a CV or a brochure. And you can also customize the data fields of information you want to gather from your members. So perhaps you don't care to get the year established, and instead your website is a talent agency with models, and what you really want is the hair color, the eye color, the height, and you can ask members for that information. You can change these input fields. You're not locked into just gathering business data information here. We can scroll down a bit more, and we can see this also ties in with Google Maps. So this is really important and a really good asset because the website ties in with Google Maps. Every member has a longitude and latitude. So when visitors come to the site and they want to search a particular postal code or city or even a specific address, it will pull up all the members who are within the radius limit that you've set for that location. So again, it also works as a location search very, very well, actually. And that's really cool that Google Maps is part of that. Let's scroll up a bit, and we can see John Smith. He has tabs here of other content. So he has some reviews. And again, you can choose if you want to enable or disable reviews based on the membership level that a member is part of. And we'll scroll down here. Also a plus, if you care about SEO, we've done our best to include schema markup at every touch point where it would make sense to include schema markup on the profile pages and throughout the websites. So these reviews and the overall rating has the aggregate for schema markup, the aggregate value. And same with blog articles. They have the schema markup as a news article and so on. So we can see John Smith has also published a few articles. He's sharing some recipes. He's added some coupons. This could be specific to the business, of course. These are post types, each one of these, and you can choose what post types you want to activate on your website. Maybe you don't need coupons, events, jobs, audio files, videos, or maybe you only want to give premium members access to post some of these post types and incentivize them to upgrade to higher membership plans so they have the privilege of publishing these posts. Events, jobs, audio files. This is from SoundCloud, but you can actually use other audio file sources. And videos. Videos is awesome because if you have a website, you can quickly add YouTube videos. I'll just click on this. So this is what we call a detail page. for a post type. In WordPress, you would know it as single.php, and I'll show you how developers can edit this type of page soon without going through any FTP or anything like that. So we can see John Smith has posted a video of this Monsters Inc. trailer. Now, this could be a video that is showcasing John Smith's business or course or some type of training that he has. And of course, you can add, John Smith added a description here with keywords. And there's also a built-in commenting system. What's really nice about the commenting system is that you need to be logged in. So if you try to leave a comment, you'll be prompted to at least create a general user account. And this helps with engagement and registering new members to your site. Even if they're not searchable business listings, you can have hidden general user accounts. So general users can leave comments, they can like posts, and they can also like the profiles if they want to. Let's go to the admin dashboard here. So now as a member, let's log out as John Smith. This is all what the website looks like. So let's say I'm a member of the site. I'm paying $20 per month to showcase my business. Let's log in. Also, what's really nice is all the login pages, all the forgot password pages, these are automatically created when you get your Brilliant Directories website. You don't have to do any of this. And I've tried, I don't want to name drop other solutions, WordPress plugins. You have to create the page, put the short code on there. It's really a nightmare. So we can go back to the login page. So a lot of this convenience is done for you. Also, all the email templates are done for you. And you can modify them further. We'll get to that. It's such a big product, but let me stay on course here. Let's click to log in as John Smith. So I'm logged in as John Smith. And again, all of this is already created for you as the website owner. In this case, on the My Dashboard area, you can point and click what you want to enable for the members in the dashboard area. In this case, we're encouraging them to publish content with the post types they have the ability to publish with. And we have some quick links for managing the listing, their account status. There's even a little widget here for a QR code that John Smith can share to bring people to his listing. Even better is you can add custom content to the My Dashboard area for your members. So if you want to put calls to action, upsell boosts, or any news or information about your company that you need to share with members when they're inside their dashboard, you can add custom content here if you need it. It's a really great way to both engage and communicate with your members. And it's a good retention tool. If you keep it fresh, it will excite members to log into their account to see what's new there. So that's more of a strategy on how you want to run your site, but definitely keeping fresh content in the dashboard for your members will encourage them to keep logging into their accounts. So on the side here, we can see John Smith has some options. He can manage leads. Again, leads are when a website visitor wants to reach out to John Smith. You can give those messages to the members for free, or you can put a paywall if they want the phone number and email address of the person who wants to reach them. John Smith can also manage his reviews. All the favorites all the posts that he's bookmarked or liked, he can see them here. So if we click on coupon, so John Smith has favorited these 3 deals. Very cool. This is just his little personal coupons that he saved. And then, of course, these sites are they really promote user-generated content, UGC. Again, I personally wouldn't recommend activating all the post types because it kind of spreads the focus for the members and also the site. Maybe if you grow larger, perhaps you want to start your site with maybe just 1 post type or 2 post types, and really encourage your members to contribute content there and reward them for for contributing that content. So this is inside the member dashboard. Let's edit John's profile, just his basic information. So we can see here, this is John Smith's information. So he has his phone number, his company name, a short description. And this is really cool because this is where you, the website owner, you can change these input fields and decide the information you want to capture from your members. In addition to that, members can upload profile photos and or a logo. You can have one or the other or both. It's up to you. And then you can even capture additional details beyond the basic information. So these are just more fields that you can request information. And what's nice is you can make these fields required before the listing is public. So you can educate them that they need to complete all the required fields if you choose to. And that's going to help you have a nice curated website, not half completed profiles and things like that. Again, that's more business strategy on how you want to run your site, but you can definitely set rules to require certain fields to be filled in. And then, of course, there's a simple About Me section here where they can write an open paragraph about themselves. And that's basically an overview of the dashboard. It's pretty robust, and at the same time, it's extremely simple. We've tried to make this dummy proof. We know that, there's tens of thousands of Brilliant Directory sites, and members are signing up and using this interface when they're joining one of these sites. And for the most part, it's working very, very well. So we've made it very easy for members to join your site, not get confused, and really complete their profiles. Anything beyond that is you educating them and incentivizing them to want to complete their profiles. And Judith, I think before I go into the admin area, you were talking about some post types. Would you like me to get a little deeper on some of the post types or themes or anything before we go into the admin area?
Yeah, I think we can dive into a bit more about the post type, and then we can probably look into the themes, and then we can sort of like continue with the admin panel.
Okay, fantastic. So this is the demo site. So we've kind of enabled all the post types. Let's just click on events. Think of each post type as its own content channel. So with WordPress, you do have a post type when you start. It's blogs. You can create blogs and they have categories. If you want to branch out and create other content channels or post types, with WordPress, you would need to have a plugin and you'd need to know exactly where to go and what to do. And it's even confusing for me. Now I kind of have a better sense, but I prefer this a lot better. What's cool about the post types is they are exactly that. They are each their own content channel, if you want to think of it like that. And post types can have their own set of categories. So in this, just category one, but perhaps for events, you had a unique set of categories. And what's cool about the post types is they all have their own dedicated search results page, their own search modules, and also their own detail page designs. So let's take a look at Snoopy on Ice. So again, we can see here, we saw the video example before, John Smith. We can see the author snapshot of who posted this event. There's a intro price here, the start date, the end date. We can see again here the Google map. Let's just click to view a larger map. And again, a lot of this you can decide is very heavily focused on contacting the author. And this is really important for classified sites or property sites where the visitor, who wants the item that's listed can contact the seller. And of course, there are related posts here. This helps with internal linking with SEO, as well as the tags that users can add as well. Let's click on Contact Member here. So again, this is that lead form again, and this will send the inquiry to John Smith. It will let him know also the origination page where the lead was sent from. So there's some context of what the person was looking at. And you can choose to send this message directly and expressly to John Smith for free right away, or you can sell it to him for a nominal price, say $10, $25, whatever makes sense for the industry that you're serving. Let's take a look at classifieds. That's a pretty popular here. So in this case, Judith and I are shopping for a McLaren, and I think this one will suit you fine. So members join the site and they are the ones who create the content. Of course, as the website owner, you can pre-fill the site if you're just getting started. But over time, as the site gets seasoned, you will have a lot of posts and it's user-generated content. Again, we can see here, we can have a photo album here. The classifieds have prices, and you can even change the view to list view, grid view, and even a map view. So when you do a search, all the valid results will show here. So that's pretty cool. And you can toggle back to your grid view or your search view. Let's take a look at this P1 here. So it's a classified listing here. Of course, we can like this listing if we want to bookmark it. And this was posted by another member. And of course, we can see here, in this case, we have a photo album. And you can choose which post types use a photo album model, or which ones would just be like a single image, like a blog post would just have one feature image and then the body of the article. So you can choose which post types utilize the photo album feature, and you can expand that as well. You can also, with post types, and this is really cool, if there are any affiliate marketers out there, you can certainly use a post type to list products, events, coupons, deals, and you can include an external link with every post that you create. You can have a dedicated button for that external link, or you can include it in your description. So if you're an affiliate marketer and you want to rapidly populate a site with Amazon products or whatever it might be, you can include an external link with the post, and obviously have that be your affiliate referral link there so that you can send people to. So that is a pretty big thing there, and you can do that with all the post types. Let's take a look. Any specific post types you'd like me to cover, Judith?
I think events are generally like the most preferred ones, or maybe we can probably check out properties as well.
Yeah, properties are cool. With this one, it includes the most search filters here. So again, maybe not exactly a site like Zillow, but you can get 80% there with, just out of the box. So you can search properties by keyword, specific location. You can see here, because it's connected to the Google Maps, it automatically starts suggesting locations as you type. And then you can search properties by their status, for sale, for rent, the property type, townhouse, house, minimum number of bedrooms, bathrooms, and the price range, of course. And also, if you're serving a different country, you can change the $ currency to whatever currency format that you would like displayed here as well. So let's click on one of these property listings. So again, this is the post detail page, and all of this is pretty much set up for you. And in this case, you can contact the member, you can see related posts, you can leave a comment, ask a question, and more. Let's take a look at Jennifer's listing here. So very similar to John Smith's here, we can see she has all the photo album post types that we've added here for her. So let's take a look now. If it's okay with you, Judith, we can transition and move into the admin area here.
Sure, that works.
Okay, and we can start with the home page. Let's go in here. And when you get started with Brilliant Directories, every site will have getting started videos that you can watch here. Basic website setup, connecting your domain name, how to get help and support, and more. And these are the 6 fundamental steps that we recommend getting started with: configuring your general settings, updating some of the design elements such as your homepage title and the background image. You want it to match your industry. Connecting your custom domain name. So your Brilliant Directories site will start with a staging domain name, so you can start working on it right away. But when you're ready, you can connect your domain name, and of course, connect your payment gateway. We have Google reCAPTCHA spam form protection that's unique to your domain, and of course, just connecting your Google Maps as well. And we have tutorials for everything. And that's another thing that's important to mention. Let me just sidetrack here. You can go to, actually, we updated the domain. It's support.brilliantdirectories.com. And let me just quickly talk about this before we get in the admin area, because it relates to website setup and so on. So if you go to support.brilliantdirectories.com, we do have a solution center. And at the top here, there are quick setup guides. There's 10 of them. And then for everything that you can do in the admin area, and this is updated daily. Anytime we make a small update or change or fix to the UI or adding new features, we update the support center. And I think this is also what a lot of people appreciate about Brilliant Directories, is that it's well documented. So you can come here to the support center and you can use the search at the top, or if you know the section that you want to go to, you can go there. So if we want to search for import members, you could just type import and you'll see how to import members via CSV file. And there's a complete article here with sample template files and so on. And if you ever get stuck, you can just submit a ticket, and you normally receive a response within the same day. But let's get back here to the admin dashboard area. This section goes away when you've completed the 6 steps here. So it's just to encourage you to get past the initial configuration. There are some quick links here. You can view members, add a new member, edit your membership plan, create and edit web pages, manage your posts, your media manager, and so on. You can edit your menus, sidebars, create forms, and also create custom code widgets. One of my favorite areas is actually the search members page. It shows you all the members of your site. Let's close that there. So we can just get a snapshot of all the members of our site. We can see the revenue generated from each member. We can see if anybody is past due. So again, if you're looking to run a membership business, Brilliant Directories is really powerful for that. There are a lot of monetization tools and features to help you operate more efficiently with regards to capturing revenue. You can search for members based on a multiple of criteria, their name, their membership plan. You can even search forms they've submitted on your site. So if you create a contest form and you want to know which members have filled out that form, you can quickly search who has submitted one of the custom forms you've created or who has not submitted yet one of the forms. And you can do a quick filter search here. And this is one of my favorite parts of Brilliant Directories, is you can create smart lists based on filters that you've done here. So you can create a smart list. And what a smart list is, it's a group of members that meet a certain criteria. And you can send batch email newsletters, particularly to that segmented smart list. So if you want to send an email to all of your California members who are in the doctor category and who are past due, you can send a very targeted and specific email just to that group of users, and you can make it as specific or as broad as you'd want them. So speaking of that, you can send newsletters from within the BD admin area. Let's go here to the design settings. So this is the search members page, super powerful, and it's fun to see here this populate with your newest members as they join. The design settings is a really powerful area. And for beginner or novice users, it's really a lot of fun and really a joy to work in this area. After your site is set up, you really don't need to come to this area, maybe just some certain touch-ups. But here, without any coding, there is a wealth of design options here. For your main design, you can choose from 800 Google fonts that are available. You can use that for your font family, your default font family, heading family. You can choose if you want your website body with standard or extra wide. We can see here standard colors that you can set. You can design, this is all for design. You can choose your main menu, colors. We know that the CSS is built on Bootstrap for Brilliant Directories themes. So you can choose your button colors here to match your branding. You can set your primary, success, warning, danger, info button colors. Your footer design, again, if you're going to enable or disable a footer on your site, you can choose the background colors. I'll just scroll down a bit more here. For the member profile pages, there are a handful of settings. The profile photos, you can have circle or standard corners. Let's see here what's interesting. The profile page header, you could just kind of modify and play with the profile page here. And your content boxes, the boxes we're seeing in the sidebars and such, you can design that. So really for a beginner user, you can have a lot of fun here and just point and click and make sure everything matches your branding colors. Now for the home page, let's look at the home page together. So we can see here, we have a background image with some title text. And let's have some fun here. We can see the hero title text on the home page. This is it, online directories for any industry. You can choose the color, again, the font family, and so on. The background image, you can upload a background image, and there's a wealth of settings here on how you want it to display on mobile, top and bottom spacing or padding, and even an image overlay color. Let's actually have some fun with this. Let's put red, and we'll do 6, and let me just save the changes here. And this is this button here is your best friend. It takes you to your website. Let's visit website. So you can see here, not the most attractive, but we've put a red overlay on this background image. So you can have fun with this and design the site as you need it to be designed. Now, the call to action, as I mentioned, so let me get rid of this red here. It can get a little annoying. Let's just go with black. And we'll save that. So with regard to the call to action module, but you certainly can have a search module. And here in, let me close these down, the search box or call to action, this is for your homepage. There are a wealth of options here. You can display button links instead of a search box. So maybe you want to have 2 buttons there that say search the directory or join the directory. You can have member search modules, so search modules that are specifically for searching members. And again, there's all these combinations here. If you want to have a top level, sub level, and sub level category search, you can certainly do that. Or if your site is theme specific, for example, really it's only for searching classified listings, you can have the classified search on the homepage in the hero section, or coupons, events, and so on. So you can decide the focus that you want for your homepage. I really like the buttons. More people are driving to this. So you can display button options here. So we'll have, join website or search members. And you want to put the URL. So in this case, the URL to join is join, and the URL to search members is search results. And we can choose from our branded colors. We'll do red here and blue here. And let's just save the changes. And we will refresh the page here. And we can see here now, we've kind of changed the focus of the home page. We have 2 buttons here. And again, they can be whatever you want. You can have 3 buttons here. and you can have whatever you want here on the home page. And just one more thing about that as well. If you don't want to use any of our default search modules, you can certainly hide the entire hero section, as you see here. Or you can have a custom content altogether and just use the text editor. And if maybe you want to put a YouTube video or some side text with a YouTube video next to it that we see very common on a lot of landing pages. So you can skip the search modules and the buttons, and you can do it yourself. And while we're here, anytime you see a text editor in the Brilliant Directories admin area, you also have pre-made elements. So you can drag content blocks into the editor and very quickly create a page or a section as you need to, including adding buttons if you need that. Let me put this here. And with the buttons, you can also choose the color that you want it. It's tied into the design settings. So you can quickly create buttons that match your branding as needed with some additional settings as well. You can make them full width. You can have a small button and so on. So the text editor is lots of fun. I think it's just enough for users to quickly add high quality images, relevant titles and text and button links, and then move on with their project. It doesn't get highly complex, but it's enough to get dangerous enough to create a beautiful page and display some content. So let's actually save this just for fun here. And let's check out the homepage one more time. And we can see here now we can design this better, but very quickly what we did is we added custom content here on the homepage. Let's revert back to the keyword and location search. How much time do we have, Judith?
I think we can pretty much complete the demo, and then we can take up the QAs. We have a lot of questions right now in the chat. So
perfect. Let me dive into just two areas of the admin here. One is the developer hub, and I'll wrap up the admin here. So in the developer hub, you have access to, and this is with Plan E, I think with PitchGround here. You get MySQL database access, Webhooks access, the ability to generate API keys. You're going to want that for Zapier and whatnot. You can edit your HT access file, and you can manage 301 redirect rules as well as, and there's also a limited cPanel dashboard access. So Developer Hub is pretty powerful for developer users. Also for the developers out there, you know, the homepage settings were very point and click. Speaking of post types, so as I mentioned in the beginning, your BD site is launched with 14 default post types: property listings, products, photo albums, job listings. With WordPress, you need to go to single.php normally to edit the detail page of those post types. In this case, with Brilliant Directories, you just come to edit post settings, and we'll use properties as an example. And you have some general settings for the post type. First of all, if it's a protected post type, only certain members can access it. But if you go to the detail page design, for the coders out there, you can edit the template of each post type's detail page right here in the admin area. You don't need to open up an FTP, and each content type, each post type can have its own design, and you can drop in whatever you need here, JavaScript, PHP. Same with the search results design. You can edit the header of the search results page. This would specifically be for property listings, and also the page loop, the listings that repeat over and over again. This is really a developer's dream if you need to customize the look and feel of your BD site very rapidly. Again, not for novice users here, but developers love seeing this. And then the last thing for your post types, you are not locked into just the 14. If you want to create maybe an alternate coupon or use the coupon post type as a starting point, you can clone the post type. And now you've just unlocked an entirely new content channel for your website. You can assign which members can publish coupons and so on. I can go into the transaction section and so much more, but Judith, I don't know how we're doing on time here. Why don't we take some questions and let the attendees dictate where we take the rest of this demo here.
Sure. Let me dive into the question. Let me get started with the very first question. There are a lot of questions right now. Oh my God. Okay, so the very first question is, what are the SEO features and how do they against WordPress for your SEO game?
You cut out there at the last part. What are the SEO features and what?
Yeah, so how does it stack up against WordPress for the SEO game?
Fantastic. So there's two things when it comes to SEO. There are signaling tools that can, give the page a score like 86 and things like that. And then there's the actual SEO. I am an SEO fanatic. So with that said, let me show you a few areas where you can edit your SEO. Let's go to the web page builder. The web page builder is where you manage static web pages. So let's look at the About Us page, for example. So you can have an About Us page. Let's just quickly look at the page. Okay, nothing too exciting here, but it's a landing page and whatnot. You can have a hero section. Here we have specific SEO settings. So as far as signaling, there isn't much for signaling, but here you can enter your meta title. You can also use variables such as the website name. There's a list of variables, the industry you're serving and the profession. And this is what helps people launch sites quickly is because we use these variables here. If you're spinning sites for different industries and whatnot, you only need to set them in your general settings and the variables will be automatically sprinkled and used throughout the SEO of the site. So you only need to change certain keywords. And of course, you can add more keywords, but your core keywords and website name, you only need to change in the general settings and it will be sprinkled throughout your entire SEO of your site. And of course, you can edit your meta tags, also your social media sharing. You can edit the title, description, and even add a dedicated social media share image for this page and a fallback for the entire website. So if there's a page that doesn't have a social media shared image defined in your general settings here, let's go there real quick. Under your brand images, you can have a default social media share image. And while we're here in the general settings, as I was mentioning, you can define your website name, the industry you're serving, and the profession name. And there's a few other places as well. But these are some of the areas where you can define keywords and they'll be sprinkled throughout your site. And if we look at the source code of the page, you can see, there's everything for the meta titles and the social media sharing here as well. Also, there's a canonical URL for every page. So this is actually very important, speaking of SEO. So when you do a search on Amazon and whatnot, you're going to get a URL that looks with many get parameters and things like that. Let's just do a search for Los Angeles here. So when you do a search, you get a really long URL like this because it's searching many things. But if we look at the source code, we can see the canonical URL here is the website name, United States, California, Los Angeles. So we've really taken into account not only URL structure, but making sure that the default code includes good descriptions and title tags for all the pages and combinations of pages that you might have. And of course, you as the website owner can go in and add additional keywords and modifications to boost SEO even further. And I'm just going to do one more thing here. I want to share something in the chat. If you come to the Brilliant Directories blog, we have a wealth of tips and tutorials here. Let me just search for SEO that we've done in previous webinars, like creating AMP pages, fast tracking your membership websites, SEO, Google. This is the one that I want to share, how to add custom content, banners, and SEO value to specific search results pages. They already have all this stuff. Let me just share this in the chat here. And again, stop me if I'm rambling too much, but I get excited about, let me see, how do I put a chat here? Here we go. So I really like that article. And one last thing about SEO here. Let's go to member categories. So you can add categories to your sites, top level categories, and then pin sub and sub levels based on hierarchy. Let's add a new top level category. Let's call it UDIT as the name of the top level category. This could be doctor, lawyer, whatnot. These are the categories members want to be listed in. So let's add a top level category here. So we've added the category in the admin area. Let's do a search for UDIT. And we have a link URL here. Obviously, there's no members listed in this new category we just created. However, the page exists. The page is searchable. And if we look at the meta tags here, it says UDITs, find local businesses. So it's using the keyword, that category in the meta description and the meta title, as well as the canonical URL. The page is automatically created for us. So with regards to SEO, a lot of it is dynamic, a lot of it is out of the box. And as the website owner, you can get even deeper and add even more internal linking and enhancing the meta tags and titles to your needs and liking. I hope that answered the question.
Great. We can probably move on to the next question.
Okay.
All right. The next question is there a filter option available, like people can search based on pricing range, or some can search based on properties under a certain amount, or from a range of amount like $100,000, $200,000, and so on?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of the post types include a price slider by default. So you can still see my screen, correct?
Yes.
Okay, property search as an example. So this does include a price slider here. And you can choose what the minimum and maximum will be. So maybe you don't need up to 5 million, you need up to 5,000 because that would be more reasonable. You can modify the range of the slider. And as I mentioned before with post types, you could clone, for example, the property listing and maybe invent a new type of post type. I don't know what for, but you can change these filters here. If you need to. So I like to work within the parameters of the default search modules and just change what you're searching for here. But yeah, you can certainly have price sliders with some of the post types. I think jobs also, you can search jobs based on salary. Yes, you can search the salary limit of a job here as well. And again, you can clone this and you can change the inputs here to match the post type or market that you're serving.
Awesome. That's brilliant. Moving on to the next question. Do you currently support webhooks?
That's a good question. And I'm happy to say, yes, we do. If you go to the Developer Hub and head over to the Webhooks section, and you can also search our blog for webhook. So with a webhook, what happens is data is received on your Brilliant Directories website. And with the webhook, we want to send that data out to a third-party source. We want to post it somewhere else. So you can have webhooks for many of the forms that are submitted on your site. When a paid plan sign up happens, you can set up a webhook and send that out to another CRM or wherever you need to. And there's tons of webhooks here, and we continue to add more webhooks. And you can also, if you have a custom form like a contest form and people fill that out, you can create a webhook for that and have it sent out to a third-party platform as well. So yeah, we do support webhooks here.
Awesome. In that case, I'll move on to the next question. There's a question to the same question. Do you also support the integrations with Google Sheet, Zapier, Pabbly?
Oh, fantastic question. Yeah, we touched on that. at the beginning of the webinar. Let me share this page in the app. This is on the Brilliant Directories website. We talk about integrations here. I'm actually going to share two links because he mentioned Google Sheets. So this is a link that just explains the integration possibilities with Brilliant Directories. It's in the chat now. And if we go to our blog, let me just search Google. We recently did a tip of the week. In this one, it was actually using Google Forms, but the same could be with Google Sheets. So if you're sourcing data from feeds like member listings and you have you're capturing records from another source, you can use the Brilliant Directories API. You can use Zapier or Pabbly, and you can create member records into your Brilliant Directories site. This link that I just shared explains how to do that. And even more exciting, we just released the ability to update records. So it's one thing to create new records, but now you can update records. So if periodically you're getting more data from existing members, like new phone numbers, or you want to fill in missing fields, you can use Google Sheets and update existing records rather than only adding new records to your site with regards to the members in your Brilliant Directories database.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jason, for that. We'll move on to the next question. Is there an integration with an Indian gateway known as Razorpay?
I don't think we have that yet. Later this year, we're going to be doing an overhaul of the available payment gateways. Let me show you the current ones that are available.
Razorpay is the biggest payment gateway in India right now at the moment. So without that, it's going to be very difficult because the problem is that Stripe doesn't really support like majority of the Indian currencies that are available. So there are like a lot of sub payment gateways available in India with regards to banking, different kinds of banking, different modes of payments, different apps, multiple sub apps. And Stripe India doesn't have any of those integrations available. So Razorpay is like the most mature kind of like an payment gateway in India. So I think the API is as good as Stripe, right? So if your team probably looks into it, it shouldn't take that long to sort of like really integrate Razorpay, because then it opens up the entire opportunity and door for people in India who might start picking up Brilliant Directories.
That's fantastic. Well, obviously the webinar is being publicized, but I'll pass it on to the team and see if we could put something like that on the roadmap. Thank you for the suggestion.
Awesome, perfect. I'll move on to the next question. Where is the server located, and is Brilliant Directory GDPR compliant?
Yeah, so we use a server management company called Hurricane Electric. To my knowledge, this would be a more technical question for our CTO, for Matthew there. But I believe they're located on the East Coast, in the Washington or New York area. I forget which one, but the company, you can Google them, as Hurricane Electric. They're one of the oldest and longest standing server companies out there here in the US.
Perfect. Next question, is there an option to export data for our business directories if we want to shift to a custom software later on?
Absolutely. So you can do that in several different ways. Let me go to search members page in the admin area. So in the search members page, when you come here, you're looking at all your members before using any of the filters. Under list actions, you can export list of the current members you're looking at. So if you just want all your members, just come to search members and click export list, and it will provide you with a CSV file of the export with all the relevant data that's attributed to your members. Another option is you can go to the developer hub, and from here you can go to the MySQL database, and you can do an export of the users table there. Or lastly, you can also use the webhooks to export your members as well. So there's several ways to do that. And in addition to that, since we're on the subject, let's see, download backup of website, Brilliant Directories. Let me just do a quick Google search here. Can I get here? I like Googling our support center. So can I get a backup of my website? Yeah, through cPanel, because you have that access, you can just download a backup of your entire website. So there's several ways to backup or port over your data to another platform if you need to.
Awesome.
Definitely, we don't want to hold anyone hostage. So yeah, there's multiple ways to get your data.
Perfect. Moving on to the next question. Do you have two-way 2FA authentication integrated?
Not just yet, but it is on the roadmap. Thank you for asking that.
Awesome. I'll move on to the next question. Can we create a complete funnel, like when someone can check, then they click a button, then they book an appointment with tools like Calendly for any kind of payments to be received or any sort of meetings to be booked by any chance?
Yeah, so you can set up web pages or create landing pages, and you can have forms on there, and you can send people to the next page. In this example, we do like an ebook download, but you can, let me share this link. So this is a video on creating landing pages, but you can certainly use this method to create funnels where a person starts on one page, enters their email or whatever the action is, and is progressed to the next stage. So let me share this here. This is a fun video to watch. And of course, the use case can be expanded beyond ebooks.
Perfect. All right, let me move on to the next question. Can we use a single setup of Brilliant Directory for multiple countries? So is there an option to filter people out on the basis of country as well?
Yes, so that's a great question. So the website supports, let's log in here as John Smith again. Just a moment. Members can join from all around the world, and when they join, they create their listing, and they're going to put in their address as specific. What city are you in right now, Udit?
I'm in Mumbai right now.
Mumbai. Okay, so John Smith is now listed in Mumbai. Let's save the changes. Okay. Great. Now let's do a search for Mumbai. Let's see. There's like different Mumbais there. I don't know if this is the right one. Let's find out. There we go. Here's John Smith. So you can search members in different countries. Now you can have a website that's just for users in India and just say that everywhere on the site, Indian business directory or whatever the country or region might be, or you can have one directory that supports members worldwide. So it's really the customer's choice at that point and what your SEO strategy or business model is going to be. Are you going to launch, you're going to create a flagship site, and then what you can do with Brilliant Directories, what many people do is they'll create one site and then clone it, but they'll change the city name and the colors and whatever, and then they would clone it again to support different markets. So you can have one website that's everything for everyone, or you can parse out your different markets into different directory websites.
Awesome, brilliant. I'll move on to the next question. Would the members have links to their own sites, or would it all be on the main site?
So this is up to the website owner. And the basic strategy is for your higher tiered membership plans, the members get more visibility and more options of data they can add to their profile page. For example, lower tiered members may not even be able to add a profile image, but higher tiered members can add a profile image, as well as including links to their website where you can schedule a meeting with them, their online social profiles, their phone number, and more. So you as the website owner can choose if members can have their website and social links on the profile page.
The next question. Would you recommend setting up a directory for niche, or do you recommend setting up like it for multiple niches all under one? Just like a recommendation.
Yeah, so we're talking like a business strategy at this point.
Yes.
My recommendation personally, I am not a fan of websites that are everything for everyone everywhere. Because you're going to have a lot of categories to fill. You're going to have a lot of locations to target. And if you're a solopreneur or you have a small team, it's hard to focus your marketing energy with such a broad focus. What's better is finding a niche, because you can make the website cater to that niche with your mission and your about page. And when you have a smaller niche, it's easier for members to relate to that website, as opposed to being everything for everyone. You're really just, it's so broad. So I definitely recommend a niche, at least one niche, whether it's industry or location or industry and location. That would be a good focus to have for your directory website. You're going to set yourself up for more success that way.
I 100% agree with it. And also people kind of like prefer going to a specialist rather than generalist. You also end up getting paid quite high from the listings that will be done, because people know that they would be getting a lot of clients through your directory at the same time. So you could end up charging a lot more premium at the same time. So I definitely agree with you that just set up one directory, and this is where you take advantage of lifetime deals. You can buy multiple codes and set up multiple directories in around your niches. Moving on to the next question. Will the members only see the details and how they will get notifications when they inquire? So basically the question is that as soon as someone inquires it, would they get like some sort of a notification via email about the lead that has been generated, or is it going to be in the dashboard, or how would they get notified about the lead that has been generated for them?
I love this question. So specifically with the leads, under in the admin area, you have an interaction. So this is when members receive leads, when they receive reviews and post comments. Member leads have their own settings here. So first of all, we can see here, this is a good example. We could see the leads as the admin. You can see the leads, how many matches, and so on. There's a little workflow and interface here. Let's go to lead settings. And you can choose a few things with leads. So receiving direct leads, that is when the visitor sends a message to the member from their profile page. That is a direct lead for the member from their profile page. So you can choose how you want to count it. Pending would mean they need to pay for it. Accepted means that it's already accepted for them. And then what you can do is you can choose the email templates that are sent to the members, and you can customize these email templates as needed. Under your email section, you have there's about 45 default email templates. You don't need to edit them all at once, but you certainly have access. So the member is notified by email. They have in their member dashboard, there's a notification. And something new that I think you need the add-on for it, the automatic lead matching add-on, but you can send SMS text messages to notify members in real time when they receive a lead. I think you can do that with the webhooks as well. You can create a webhook. Let me just search lead here. Yeah, when a lead is submitted, you can create a webhook, and you can use like a Zapier or a TextMagic or something, and you can send a direct SMS so it goes to the member's phone, and they can get pinged via text message that way. So you as the website owner can set it up in a few ways.
Interesting. So I have a personal follow-up question to this, Jason. Is it possible to set up a directory on lead generation basis? So for example, I will reach out to 20 people. So let's take an example that I'm setting up a local directory for lawyers in India. Again, I'm just taking a hypothetical example, right? The problem in many of the countries, especially developing countries, is that people don't want to pay upfront. People are like, look, you bring me a customer, you bring me a lead, and I'm happy to make a payment. But if you are asking me upfront, I don't know whether things are going to work out, because you're a new platform, you're a new directory. So in that case, is it possible that as soon as a new lead comes in, the person has to like sort of make a payment, or and then they start getting access to the leads?
It works exactly like that. So you, in the membership plan, so here's your membership plans. Members sign up to the site and they join a membership plan. So in the case you're saying, members can sign up for free, the business can join for free, no payment necessary. But as soon as a lead comes in, it's $20 per lead. You set the price as the website owner. So they can join for free. And with the lead, what they're going to see is a preview, what the message is, but they're not going to have the email and phone number and name. They have to purchase the lead. And of course, the lead is not a guarantee for a client. So what I recommend if you're doing this model is have a page that explains your lead program, your refund policy, and really you want to alleviate any doubts or fears around your lead program. The more people trust your lead program, and as long as it's a fair price, because again, a lead, one, it should be, the price should match the industry. But also a lead is not a guarantee for a client. So it can't be a critical decision every time they want to purchase the lead. Again, this is more business strategy here. But to answer the question, yes, they can pay when the lead comes in, and then they can get the email, phone number, and contact the lead. When we were running our directories 10 years ago, when a lead would come in, we would actually call the lead ourselves from the company, make sure it was a valid phone number, email, try to extract more information from the lead, and then we would sell it to the members in our network. And they had we would sell one lead up to 4 times at $25 a lead. So one lead for us would yield $100. And when we're doing arbitrage with Google PPC to bring in these leads, and we know that we can sell one lead up to 4 times, we don't want to sell more than that because then the members get really upset because it's too much competition when they purchase a lead. Again, we're digressing now with a little bit of strategy, but when it comes to leads, you want to make refunds or credits easy. If you can call the lead to make sure it's valid, that will add a little bit more credibility to the leads that you're distributing to your members. And one last thing with leads, there is a setting here in case a user comes to your site and is spamming your members by filling out that form. If we go to lead settings, I think, let me see here. Maximum lead inquiries per day. This is for visitors coming to your site. So maybe you want to set that to 5. So someone doesn't come to your site and contact 500 of your members, because obviously that's not good. So you can set a max lead inquiries per day for the website visitor so they don't spam your site as well.
Jason,
we can talk about the leads all day. It's very, it's a good topic,
I have
actually.
a very interesting suggestion away. I'm not sure if Brilliant Directory has it or not, but have you thought about adding some sort of IVR into it? So, for example, as soon as a lead comes in, they would automatically get a call asking, hey, thank you so much for visiting Brilliant Directories. Please press 1 if you have shared your details. Please press 2 if you haven't. Press the details now. You can automate this entire process rather than having, because 10 years ago, the IVR tools never really existed on the internet. But today there are tools available. So for example, having a simple integration with Twilio, for an example, can make it very easy for people to automate it and also improve the quality of the leads right away.
To be honest, I think you can rig something up like that with the current settings, given the webhooks and the API and the ability to pass data in and out of your Brilliant Directory site. If the website owners desire to do such a thing, they could probably set that up now.
Got it. I just feel like that can really solve this problem, because if you're a solopreneur and you want to go solopreneur itself in a very small way, don't want to hire people, then I think this can be like a very brilliant solution.
100% agree with you. Yeah. So it just depends how involved or uninvolved or automated the website owner wants to make things, but definitely the possibilities are there out of the box.
Right. Perfect. I'll move on to the next question. What are the possible add-ons currently available that users can buy?
Repeat that one more time.
What are the possible add-ons that are currently available that the users can use or they can buy?
Great. So first of all, the PitchGround so with even without the add-ons, the platform is highly powerful. We just started offering add-ons a few years ago, and sites come with a handful of free add-ons. But below that, there are paid premium add-ons. I think the paid premium add-ons, there's about 60 or so of them, 65 of them. And there are some real gems in here. The billing reminder emails. It sends automated past due reminders to help you collect the coupon codes. There's some real gems in here. What's special about the PitchGround plans is that normally these are $10 per month each, or you can opt for the VIP add-ons club. You get them all at a lower price. But with the PitchGround deals, plans C, D, and E come with even more than 20 of these add-ons, the paid add-ons, free for life. So, and they're the best add-ons. They're the customer favorite add-ons that are included in plans C, D, and E with the PitchGround deal. So, yeah, the add-ons are awesome. Some people run their sites without any add-ons. We have a power user who just started using add-ons, but they've already made 6 figures with their BD site in the past without any add-ons. So again, if you're going to run your site like a business, what we're trying to do is compel people to sign up for memberships, right? So you don't really need the add-ons. They are certainly nice and automate things or add some bells and whistles. But the most important thing is compelling people to sign up to your site. And that's going to be your ad copy and all that stuff. The add-ons are nice to have, but they're not critical or totally required for the business to run.
Awesome. That's brilliant. It's, whenever you hear such kind of case studies, like people are making 6 figures, it just inspires other people to sort of like just take action to the fact that it's actually possible to really not worry about any of the technicalities and just get going and set up one of those directories for yourself.
Yep, let me share the blog post. It's this guy right here, Corey Barnes. He's part of he's a regular BD user, but he shared his success with us. We've done a couple short first we did a webinar when he did 10,000 and he broke 100,000 recently. Let me share this. It's a fun watch, and he's leveraging Facebook groups, and he's managing a Facebook group and then using that to bring people to his business directory. And he's a great guy, and he has really good strategies on how to utilize Facebook hand in hand with a Brilliant Directories website. And he's the one who did all this without any add-ons for the most part. And he's only recently discovered that he wants to enable some add-ons on his site. So add-ons are not critical, but they definitely are a lot of fun to enable on the sites.
Awesome. That's brilliant. So I'll move on to the next question. Will I be able to scrape from local property marketplace to post on BD automatically? That's an interesting question.
I'm happy you asked that question. So we've been talking about, being able to import members into your site and things like that. We are just on the cusp of being able to import property feeds and other types of feeds to your site. If we go to manage posts here, the step 1 for us was to support a CSV file import for posts. You see an import post button here. So this is with a CSV file. The next step, now that we have this ability, and it's going to come in the next month or 2, is to be able to do this through Zapier, through third-party feeds. And this way you can turn the switch on and populate your site with those property listings or wherever you're getting your feed source from to your site. So we're just on the cusp of continuing to develop this and make it more robust. Right now, you can do it with a CSV file, but very shortly, you'll be able to do it automatically with third-party feeds or RSS feeds or wherever you have your data sources from.
Awesome, brilliant. I'll move on to the next question because we're falling short of time and there are a lot of questions right now. So let's try and cover most of them at the moment. I'm just a little bit late. From what I gather, this would allow one to set up something like Zillow, Craigslist, Eventbrite. Do you have control on what content is listed in each of these directories, aka their approval process as well? And can we limit the number of post types such as events only?
Yes. So to the latter part of the question, you can turn on or off the post types you want members to publish on your site. So if you just want an events website, only use the events post type. With regard to moderation, that's a very good question. If you go to the membership plans, based on membership plan, you can choose if the post is going to be moderated or if the user can publish it right straight away. So let's edit one of the membership plans. We didn't even dive into this part in the demo, but when you're setting up your membership plans, it's awesome. I'll just quickly touch on this. You can have paid plans, free plans, or claimable listings. And you can set the price, what the monthly price is, or if it's going to be a yearly option or a one-time option, so on. But to the post types, so for membership plans, there's a dedicated tab for the post publishing. And for example, classifieds, there are settings here. The post moderation settings. So member controls their own published status if they want the post on or off, or admin moderates all posts. So to your point, yes, based on the membership plan, you can choose that the admin has to approve and review all posts before they are set to a published status. Also, there are add-ons. You can set the max number of free posts. You can even have pay per post. So I know on Craigslist, for certain types of listings, they charge you $25 to post, a classified site as well. So you can choose for if you have this as an add-on, the pay per post add-on, you can choose if it's going to be free and paid posts, only paid posts. So there's no free, you have to pay every time you post, $25. Or if it's going to be only free posts. And you can also limit how many free posts a member can post on the website so that nobody is spamming your site with thousands of pieces of content or classified listings, whatever it might be. So short answer, yes, you can moderate post listings.
Awesome, perfect. I'll move on to the next question. Let's try to wrap up as many questions as possible and try to keep it as short as possible so that we can cover every question. Can I do a marketplace with bidding instead of how much it lists for?
So there's no, you said bidding, right?
Yes.
Like an eBay. So there is no bidding tool or auction tool. What I can say for that is you do have the ability to contact the person who listed it. So you can update the text here. And just a moment. Let's look at a classified listing. I'll go through this quickly. So as the website owner, first of all, you can have a form here in the sidebar, but instead of contact this member, you can change the text here. Let's do that real quick. So by the way, if you're wondering how to change some of this text on the site, let's go to show text labels. And we get a pop-up here. So instead of contact member, say bid on this listing. All right, we'll just change that. Oops, I didn't do it right. Just a moment. I did not do that right. Just a second. Edit. So, okay. So here we go. So these are text labels that you can change, and you can change the text to whatever you need to be. So this is contact member labels. Let me search for that. That's what I should do. Well, we're on a webinar, so it's never going to go perfect here. Let's see. Here it is. I'm sorry. So it says contact member. So what you can say here, sorry for that fumble there, bid on this listing. So you can change, although you're not actually bidding on the listing, you can change the text around the page and encourage certain types of action or create a certain context for the page. Let me remove this text label thing now. So we can see here now it says bid on this listing. And what's going to happen is you're going to get a pop-up form. And again, you can change the text here and you could say, suggest a price to Jennifer, right? Or something to that effect. So in short, yeah, there's no auctioning tool, but you can change the text around the site so that at least it has maybe that type of feeling. And the most important thing is creating a connection between the visitor and the member, the person who posted something like a classified. And that's what you can do here with BD.
Awesome, perfect. So I'll move on to the next question. I wonder how it would work for our soccer group with 21,000 members who are constantly asking us to help them with sourcing tickets to matches. What are your thoughts?
So are they planning to sell tickets through the website? It sounds like.
Yes, so maybe they're trying to just have a directory, put up all of the events out there for the events, so that those soccer matches tickets can be sold. Basically, I think that's a use case there.
Got you. So what you can do is you can have, there's two things you can do. You can definitely have a list of all the events in chronological order. And as I mentioned, this example doesn't have it, but you can have an external link where people can go and buy tickets. It sounds like they have a system for where they're selling tickets. So you can create an external link and it will take people to that site. Or you could sell the tickets through the Brilliant Directories website. It's not exactly an Eventbrite or whatnot, but let me show you a video we did on selling event tickets. I'm going to share it in the chat here. You can use the Sell Digital Downloads add-on, which is part of the PitchGround deals. And here we have a video on how to sell and create event tickets. It's very basic, but if that's the need, you can certainly do that. And let me just share that in the chat here. This video is an easy watch, and it can show you how you can create an event listing and then create a corresponding checkout page to purchase events for that, purchase tickets for that event listing.
Perfect. I'll move on to the next question. How to go about when you outgrow your members limit as per your selected plan?
So first of all, if you outgrow your member limit, congratulations. What you can do is you can come to the add-ons area, and let me just search for Boost. And you can add you can increase your member limit here. For $10 a month, you can add 10,000 members limit. So as long as you're not doing like a data dump, like I want to, I have 14 million business listings I have more business listings than there are people in the world. That's not going to work so much. But if you're really running it like a business and they are legitimate members, this should be a good way. Let me share this link here, and you can increase your limit as needed here.
Perfect. I'll move on to the next question. Meanwhile, can we show how many people are using particular member service so that we can show those who are good at the top? So basically, how is the sorting happen? Like, and how do you decide which service provider is providing the best services and they just move at the top? Kind of like how Google searches work, right? With directory is going to be the same. When usually people would see the first few listings, the first 5 listings would pretty much get like majority of the leads. So how would
Sure. So good question. So it's a very, very simple model. The first thing, let's go to membership plans. You can still hear me and see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, great. When you're setting up your membership plans, each membership plan has a search priority. 1 is the highest in the search results, and then so on, 2, 3. So just from a business model standpoint, the way it's set up is the better the search priority, they're going to show up first in the search results. So the gold plan members on this site, as long as the member matches the category or keyword or location that is searched, and they're going to be a valid result, they're going to show up in the number 1 spot, and then the elite members, and then the free member listings after that. That's generally how in these directory models it works. The system doesn't know who is providing the best service. However, beyond the search priority, and again, this is a huge selling point. And sometimes if you want to have just one spot, one featured member that you're selling at the top there, you can have a special plan that for 30 days, someone pays, a certain amount of money, they're going to be at the top spot in their category. Beyond the search priority, there is another way you can order members after their search priority. I'm going to go to post types, and the member listings are a post type. Under search results design, additional settings, after the search priority, you can also choose to order members by most number of reviews. So, or A to Z, Z to A, depending, or if you want a random order to keep things very even. But as far as who's providing the best service, you can turn on a little bit of gamification and reward members with the most reviews on their profile so that they show up ahead of other members. So you have the search results priority, and then the second order results by will be what you choose here as the website owner, how you want to run your site. So if you want to add a level of gamification and encourage the action of members getting obviously legitimate reviews or testimonials on their profile, you would want to choose this.
Is there a way to sort of like auto sort this? So, for example, let's say that I come and I check out. Now, next time when I come back in, I see profile at the top rather than I need to go to like search them again. Is there any sort of option for that? It's a smart website retargeting, basically.
So the results aren't going to change too much unless a ton of members have joined in a short amount of time. So if you search a category, unless it's set to random, you're going to see the same results. But what's the question?
The question was, let's say that there are 20 listings, but the website can show like 5 listings in a single page. Now I go on 4th page and click on the 20th one. Then I click on the 15th, right? Now I leave the website. Now when I come back, can the website show the 20th and the 15th option as the top if they are in the same category and they're paying that much, so that the user is not lost because they've already identified 2 potential service providers that they want to go ahead with, but they just forgot, or they just forget because they got on a call or something happened. They came back and now they're like searching those people again. They're just not able to recollect. Rather than doing that, just show them the latest clicked searches at the top right away by default.
That's an interesting suggestion. It doesn't do that. Almost like recently viewed, right? Like on an e-commerce website. Yeah, okay, I understand. It doesn't do that right now, but that's a good suggestion, having a recently viewed widget. Actually, I like that a lot. In the meantime, even though we don't have that, you can encourage users to like their favorite posts just in case. But I definitely like the recently viewed, creating some type of widget there, as opposed to just related content, having recently viewed based on that user's cookie.
Okay, instead of having like recent reviews, you have like recent viewed, so that people just can go and check them out because they already had shown some interest. So instead of just like searching across everywhere, hey, this was the one you were checking out. So people would actually end up giving the details.
Yeah, I'm going to make a note of that one. Thank you for that. That's exciting. That's why I love these communities. You crowdsource great ideas.
And that was my question.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go back to the user questions. So the next question is, do you have and do you provide any sort of API for us to develop customer functionalities on top of Brilliant Directories?
Yes. So the good news, again, I'll share this link. We do have an API, and there is a link at the bottom of this page to the formal documentation for that. If you click here, I'll share this link one more time in the chat. So the short answer to that is yes. Here we say, are you a developer? Use our API to create your own app with infinite integration possibilities.
Perfect. So I'll move on to the next question. How can we increase the limits after this LTD is over? Need 500 members. We have just shared that for the same. I'll move on to the next question. Can members create their own page? Yes, they can. When they list, it kind of like creates their own page. Move on to the next question. Is gamification possible? Yes, I think the best way to really gamify is asking people to drop reviews so that their listing goes up at the top. This is how Google or pretty much like most of the directories really work, is just encourage people to drop reviews. I'll move on to the next question. Please email a replay of this video. Yeah, definitely. The video is going to be available on YouTube right away after we end this session. So moving on to the next question. Can we create backlinks with guest posting?
Can we create what? Sorry.
Backlinks. So usually like
Abs-
just create a directory to kind of like taking money
yeah,
from people in return for like just their listing and getting a backlink to their website.
Absolutely. So one, you can write your own blog articles on your website, and through this content that you create, normally people want to trade links. So if you have some content on your site, you can certainly trade for a backlink to your directory website, or you want to do a pay for play and just pay for a backlink, you can certainly do that. So that would be an offsite SEO strategy that you can definitely do yourself. Yeah.
Perfect. Are you planning to add any sort of OpenAI integration for these blog posts in the future by any chance?
You got me there. Let me know what OpenAI is. That the oh man, I was playing with GPT.
Yeah, that's ChatGPT.
Oh my god. Whew. Well, I'll tell you this. I don't think we need to do it because you're going to have the ability to import posts into your site. You could probably use some type of a AI generator to then use your keywords or categories or topics and then import those posts into the internet. Is going to get weird, my man, with this, because content is gonna get it's already
done.
oh man. All right. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
There are a lot of people who are asking the details about the lifetime deal. So let me just quickly share my screen before I let you share your screen again, so that then we can resume the questions as well. Just a second.
I'll stop sharing then. Here.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So you can simply head to Brilliant Directories right now. Just head to deals page. Over here, you would see Brilliant Directories is already listed currently on the website at the moment. Just come over here and look for Brilliant. You will see it right away. The base plan starts at $89. Now, depending on the number of members that you want and the number of add-ons that you want, the plan sort of changes. I would highly recommend you to like opt for either plan D or plan E. With plan E, you're pretty much sorted for the next few years, to be very honest with you, because if you end up having like 50,000 members with a mix of free and paid users, you end up making at least nothing less than 100x of the potential return. Remember, you don't have any hosting costs. You don't have any other costs associated. It's plug and play. So it's literally $497 for the top plan. And if you have 10,000 customers as well, paying you just $10 a year, right? That's $50,000 a year in revenue that you start generating. So I'm not even considering the ROI for the next 3 years. I'm just considering the ROI for the next 1 year. And now with GPT, if you are someone who just wants to scale up, you can post a lot of local business related contents, because the reason why you would be setting up this directory is because you're very good with marketing, and those local businesses are not good with marketing. That's why the concept of directories came into picture. PitchGround, for an example, it's kind of like a directory, you can say, right? So it's for the visibility of people. So you create a community, you get members, and you get them listed. And once that happens, people would be very happy to pay you. And on top of that, you can charge on per lead basis as well, apart from just charging a membership fee. So they've been around for over a decade now. It's a brilliantly stable platform. You can get going. You can set up your entire directory in less than a couple of hours. The themes are available. All you got to do is just pick up your niche around what you want to do and then just get started. But again, if you are someone who doesn't want to invest a lot of money, you can just still get started and keep it 250 members and just keep it for paid members only. You don't need to make free members at that stage. And in future, if you feel you have a need for it, you can grab it. So while the plan is available on LTD, you can make your upgrades while it's there on LTD, but the moment LTD is over, all your upgrades in the future upgrades is going to be on the monthly basis, which you already saw, depending on the number of members that you want to add, plus the add-ons. If you want to skip on purchasing all of those add-ons right now, then in that case, plan A is absolute brilliant. It has all the webhook functionalities, has I think close to around 20 plus paid add-ons on top of that. You already have free add-ons. It's a brilliant investment. If you're running Facebook group as well, if you even have 1,000 members, it's a brilliant way to set up a local directory for your industry and start making a nice side hustle income. And then over a period of time, if you see more recurring income coming in, you can then make a decision where you want to start investing more. But again, if you want to start using OpenAI, you want to start using GPT-3, it's a good opportunity to tap into local content because Google is hungry for those local contents at the moment. So that's the best way you can really grow the entire network. You can grow your audience base and you can give a lot of leads to these. On top of that, you can also run ads for these directories, by the way, and then generate leads on top of that. So people who are visiting through Google, you can just start showing display ads, you can start showing Facebook ads. And again, the amount of opportunities is insane. Here is another strategy. If you have some other business going on and if you have a community, create a membership, create a directory, and just make it free. What happens is it is going to act as a great supplementary to your core business because you're supporting your customers. You're helping your customers get more visibility for free. And that also helps out because more and more people get to know about you, more and more people get to know that you are helping them out, and they feel kind of like indebted to a fact that they need to give you back. And this is where they would start talking about your directory. They'll start talking about your business in their local meetups, or whenever they meet someone who is very relevant to your industry, and that will lead to a lot of word of mouth growth opportunity for you. So use it either way, either as a supporting part of your business, as a supporting vehicle of your business, or use it as your main vehicle itself. That's completely up to you. So just head over to the website. I think right now, Jason, there is some sort of a deal that you're running that if you guys leave a review after making a purchase, there's 2x of the limits. You want to like touch base on that very quickly?
Yeah, sure. If you'd like to come back after your PitchGround purchase and just leave an honest review of what you think of the platform. Of course, reviews help us improve the platform for everyone. So we definitely appreciate that. And just email our team, support@brilliantdirectories.com, and let them know that you left a review. And whatever plan you purchase, they'll double your member limit, bandwidth, and storage limits on the site. And that should have you set for years, to be honest.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. So basically, you're getting a $497 plan for pretty much about 248 dollars or something like that, to be very honest with you, practically. So go ahead, grab it. Again, it's a brilliant platform. But I'll come back to all the questions now because there's still a lot of questions still pending at the moment. So let's try to wrap them up as soon as possible. So the next question is, can members delete their account if they don't want to continue with their listing?
Absolutely. Let's actually quickly log into this John Smith account together. Let me share my screen again. Give me a moment. Okay, and let me share this. I'm also going to share another video we did of creating an exit survey. You can kind of maybe save or have a little retention. So members can come into their account. They can change their password. They can look at their billing information. All these pages, again, are automatically created for the members. If the member goes to manage account, of course, it's not super highlighted, but they have an option to close my account. And it says, are you sure you want to close your account? No, go back. Yes, close my account. But again, back to strategy. Let me quickly share something from our blog. Even if you're not going to use Brilliant Directories, but I highly recommend you do check out our blog. There's tons of great articles here using exit surveys to prevent member cancellations. Let me share this in the chat here. Also, another one of the fun videos that we did, super educational. Okay, you still there with me?
Yes, I'm you.
Okay.
Yep.
So I hope that answered the question. Yeah, the members can cancel their own accounts.
All right. So I'll move on to the next question. The next question is, can we integrate with softwares like Marketing Master IO, ManyChat? I think you can just head to integrations page and just check it out. And if you have any suggestions, they already have the API integration available, and they have Webhooks, so you can anyway set up anything you want. But if you still have, like, instead of a specific use case, you can reach out to their chat and just have a word, because every business sort of has a very unique use case. So just reach out to their chat, and they're more than happy to help you out. So someone just mentioned they have just purchased Planny. Congratulations on making your purchase. I think you've made a brilliant decision. They also said that it's a very easy setup and great onboarding. So yeah, I think people are like loving it right now. Moving on to the
Awesome.
next. Any plans for calendar bookings? I'm probably assuming they're asking any sort of integration with tools like Calendly, Audacity, and all of these like third-party booking systems.
That's a great question. So we've taken a stab at this, and there is a marketplace of, let me just show you very quickly first. Users can do one thing right now. One is you can send the lead to the member and request. It's not exactly a booking like for a time slot, but you can let them know that you're interested in their services. Members can also include their own custom schedule appointment link wherever that goes to the members' Calendly, or businesses use so many different things. So to have them change just for joining your directory sometimes doesn't make sense. But out of the box, members can add their own appointment link to whatever they're using right now. But we're seeing some, there is a marketplace. It's like a Fiverr for people who are experts in the Brilliant Directory. So if and when you need to do any customizations, there's also third-party plugins. They're not add-ons from Brilliant Directories. They're plugins from developers who are vetted and very familiar with the Brilliant Directories platform. You can come here and let's just search for booking. So there are a couple booking or appointment plugins from the third-party from the marketplace partners. I'll just share this link here. And then, of course, if you wanted to create like a formal booking where that time slot is like an Airbnb, right, for hotel reservations and things like that, I have seen Brilliant Directories customers work with developers to customize it with like a Meetfox or some kind of tool like a Calendly, or some type of really official appointment booking tool, and using that on their website. But for now, I'll just share this link here, and you can explore the marketplace plugins from third-party developers.
Perfect. I'll move on to the next question in that case. Can I use Brilliant Directories keyword directly? No, you cannot do that. I'll move on to the next question. Is it possible to do email validation, because people often enter wrong email IDs?
That's a good question. You may need or want to use a third-party tool to validate, to make sure it's a valid, non-bouncing email address. However, there is something you can do if you want to limit the types of email addresses that could be entered. For example, there are cases where you don't want people to use Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo, and a few other free emailing service. You want them to use their company email address. So what you can do is, under the general settings, I'll show you two things actually. Under general settings, under integrations, there's a section to block spam keywords, and these keywords cannot be submitted. You can add to this list if you need to, but this helps block a lot of spam that comes through forms. online. So if you want to maybe not allow people to join your site using their Hotmail or Gmail or whatever, you can add that here and it won't let people sign up to the site with those email addresses. If you want to get a bit more granular, let's go to the form manager. And let's actually, let's just click. So this is your, we haven't explored this yet. So this is your form manager. Let's click on edit. So we created a form for downloading ebook. Just give this a second to load. It looks like the video and the screen share is slowing things down a bit. So when you have a form, you get a preview of the form on the right. You can build your own form and then you can embed it anywhere on your site. So there is a field here to enter email address. So let's just filter for that here. Okay, well, anyways, so you have validation options. Let me pop this up. This is for the form field. And you can turn on validation. And if you wanted to get really granular, there are regex rules that you can set. This is a little bit more for advanced developers. So you can ensure that the email does not contain certain values if you just wanted to target this specific field. So there are some advanced validation settings and rules that you can set for specific form fields, including the email field when somebody is signing up. So the answer to the question is not out of the box, but you can probably set that up with a simple customization.
Perfect. I'll move on to the next question. What about the themes? Can we make custom themes right now?
Yes, so that's a really great question. It's really important to stress that the themes, they all include the same features. Really what a theme is, and let's click on the property listing theme. It's really just the homepage has a different focus, and you do that in the design settings. So when we've created these themes, we've kind of just created a launching pad, a starting point with the main menu and the homepage. So yeah, in short, you can create your own themes. What you're doing is you're creating your own focus for your own website.
Brilliant. Awesome. Next question is there any community-based feature right now, or are you planning in the future?
That's a great question. So it's not going to be another Facebook. However, with the Brilliant Directory sites, you do have post comments, so people can reply to comments like under a blog post, or maybe you're not using a blog post, you're calling it a discussion. Let me go there with you now.
I think the question was specifically around community. So you've seen like how does modern community software exist, where you're just trying to get like-minded people under a roof, try to create some conversation around it, let them post questions, and from there, people then end up like creating a listing for themselves.
Yes, so there's a post type called discussions. I didn't spell that right. My bad. Just a moment. Am I spelling it right? I'm not spelling it right. That's embarrassing on the webinar. I'm getting nervous. Hang on. Okay, so there is a post type for discussions. This site doesn't have it. Let me go to the site that has it. That's our demo site. Let me go to a real site. So discussions, you can create it, welcome to the community, learn about discussions. Members can create topics. The admin can pin topics if they want to, and users can interact with each other and chat with each other.
Basically,
so yes, they're
basically you all are calling community as a discussion, basically.
Correct. When I think community, I think members chatting with each other and engaging with each other. So yeah, there's a discussion aspect here. Yeah.
So just to answer the question, yes, the community feature is there. It's just known as a discussion inside Brilliant Directory. Moving on to the next question. If someone purchased Plan B, would there be a discount on add-ons?
So there is a promo code you get with plan C, D, or E. And if you were going to make any additional purchases through the Brilliant Directories website, you would receive a 75% off promo code. So if you are interested in that, I would recommend opting for Plan C on PitchGround.
Awesome, perfect. Moving on to the next question. If someone clicks send message, would it go to the member's email address, or would they need to check the directory inbox?
Both. The member will get pinged via email with the email address that is associated with their member profile, and there will be something in their member dashboard inbox. And we mentioned as well, you can also set up SMS text messages with third-party services like Twilio or TextMagic, whatever you use for that.
Perfect, awesome. We just have the last couple of questions before we wrap this up. Can we track IP addresses of the inquiries?
100% yes. And then you can block IP addresses that you deem are spamming your members or your site.
Great. Moving on to the next one. Can we add Facebook Pixel, Google Pixel, and specifically Google Tag Manager?
Absolutely, yes. So there's a few areas you can add pixel code. I'll start with the most general is in your design settings. And in your design settings, just go there together. There is a tab for custom CSS and head. You can add any overriding CSS to your site here. It even supports PHP. So you can create CSS rules just when users are logged in or for whatever you need. And you can drop your tag manager code and whatnot in the head of the website here. Or if you want to add JavaScript and conversion tracking code to the footer, you can do it here. If you want to track when a member signs up to your site, you don't want it on the entire website. This would be code on in the entire website. You can go to membership plans. And if you edit a specific membership plan, like membership plan 2, and you want to track sign up conversions for this, let's let this load 1 second. I'm going to search for conversion tracking code. So what you can do is you can create a custom widget, which is basically your tracking code, and you can select which tracking code to trigger upon a successful sign up. So there's a few, there's even more places where you can put tracking code, but those are the two most common, site-wide or after a successful sign up.
Awesome, brilliant. So move on to the next question. So the 75% promo code that you mentioned, Jason, is it going to be renewal on like yearly basis, or is it going to be only for the first year?
So any subscriptions you start using the 75% off coupon code will keep the discounted rate every time that subscription renews. You have until the end of 2023 to use the 75% off promo code. So if you make your purchase now in January, you basically have 12 months to make additional purchases using the promo code, and any subscriptions that you start will keep the 75% off discount for life.
Perfect. So I have a very interesting question. So if I purchase 2 codes for 2 different directories and give feedback, do I get bonus for both my purchases, or is it only going to be for one?
Just for one. It's just a small perk that we're doing for the PitchGround community. So just 2x for one site.
Perfect. And last question for the day. What platforms are used to build this after 50K members? How site handles this kind of user base? I think that it's probably around tech, basically, which is, if you can just mention a couple of your biggest users in terms of number size and how many members they have, I think that would pretty much answer the question.
Yeah, the platform can support sites with millions of users. I'll just put it that way. Millions of members on your site. So
they have been around for over a decade. So the tech is sorted. The scaling is sorted. Don't need to worry about any of these things. So with that, we're going to be wrapping up this particular session. I hope you guys loved the entire session and saw how powerful Brilliant Directory is right now. You do not have to worry about anything. There were a couple of great feature suggestions. There were great discussions. And thank you so much, Jason, for coming and doing this. I think people are going to absolutely fall in love with the platform. They have started exploring the platform further, I think we'll start seeing a lot of these users coming back and signing up on the lifetime deal. And again, guys, if you end up buying, just drop in your review and just email the support. You end up doubling your limits basically. So do not miss out on this opportunity. This is a limited time opportunity. So if you want to buy, get it right now and just double your limits right away. Basically, you're getting like 100% upgrade on whatever you're purchasing for zero additional cost. But do get started. Directories are one of the best ways to build relationships. Again, you don't need to just start making money with them. Whoever is there around your surrounding, just create a community, create a directory, keep it free, because remember, when you're doing LTD, you do not have any sort of hosting costs associated right now. So when you do that, you end up shining up as the lightning arm at the top. So you want to make sure that you stand out in the community. And when you do that, eventually you can start monetizing them because you're benefiting them. And then again, start creating contents, use ChatGPT or GPT-3 right now, create contents around that industry, but make sure that you're setting up one directory for only one niche, because that usually performs the best. Versus if you're going to try to create an overall directory of everything all together, it's going to become cumbersome for people to understand who you really are and what you really specialize in, because there is just hundreds of categories. So you cannot really cover those hundreds of categories. Also, it doesn't make sense to create a category that is not relevant to your industry at all. So usually 2 directories or 3 directories at the very most is what I would recommend around the ICPs that you're focusing on. This is a brilliant way. Another great suggestion that I can give you is set up the directory, get leads, get your targeted leads from Apollo, use firstsales.io and launch an email outreaching campaign. And all of those potential prospects that you have, tell them, hey, why don't you come and list on my directory and get more visibility for free? Now, when you do that, you have established a great relationship with them, because you're already telling them, look, it's not going to cost you anything. So when that happens, there's a trust factor that gets developed right away, because there's no pressure of signing up. There is no pressure of taking out the credit card. And usually it's more visibility for the business. In the moment you start giving them some visibility, you establish that first transaction with them by helping them. And that's when you can get on a call again and try to close them and sell your services, packages, whatever you're doing. Trust me, your overall conversion would increase drastically. So instead of just cold emailing them and trying to pitch them, buy my service, just come and tell them, why don't you list your service on my platform for absolutely free? If you do this, you will greatly increase your overall conversion rate down the road. And plus, again, it gives you an opportunity to speak with your customers very often. So this is just a couple of recommendations I would throw in so that you can use this specific playbook in terms of really driving the growth for your directories and grow your business. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. For the best question, we will be tagging those specific users inside the Facebook group itself, and we'll be coming back to you and by the end of today. Meanwhile, thank you so much. Jason, do you have any last closing words for people?
No, thank you. Thank you for having me. If you guys have questions, ask them in the PitchGround group. You can at me, just at Jason in the PitchGround group, and we'll try to get to as many, answer as many questions as we can. But jump on the deal. He is right. It is limited. We're not going to stay on PitchGround for too long. So take advantage of it. And we're excited to see what you build with the platform.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jason. Thank you so much, the entire team of Brilliant Directory, for building up such a beautiful product. I'll see you guys around. And again, guys, take advantage of this deal. It's a brilliant product. And I'll see you guys soon with maybe another webinar with them, speaking more about different use cases, strategies, case studies, and more. Until then, good night, everyone. Good morning to everyone in United States, and good evening to everyone in Europe. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.